A lawyer for New York Attorney General Letitia James is pushing back against claims of mortgage fraud by the Trump administration. James's attorney is asking the Justice Department to refuse a request to prosecute her, calling the move improper political retribution. She's accused of mortgage fraud in connection with the home in Virginia and in Brooklyn. James's attorney wrote a letter to the U.S. Attorney General, which included real estate records he says disprove the allegations. James won a civil fraud lawsuit against Trump, accusing him of exaggerating his net worth for favorable loans.
And we are back, and we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know that it helps us out a ton, and of course it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you this content. Now, y'all, does it surprise you to learn that your girl Letitia James, these are two things that might surprise you. Maybe they don't. One, the person or the law firm representing Letitia James is none other than the same attorney who represented Hunter Biden. So I guess, you know, birds of a feather, they flock together. Here, Fox News reports that New York Attorney General's office hires attorney that repped Hunter Biden to defend Letitia James against fraud accusations. Now, y'all, I am really starting to believe after yesterday's arrest of a judge in Wisconsin and then the arrest of a judge a couple of days ago in New Mexico. I erroneously said Arizona in my last video. It was in New Mexico. Y'all, it's starting to look like your girl, Tish. It's starting to look like she might actually be arrested, y'all. I mean,
I'm proud to be a part of this administration. We're not stopping. I don't care what the judges think. I don't care what the left thinks. We're coming.
So when you see these judges trying to obstruct your efforts to make this country safer, what is your message to them?
We are going to prosecute you, and we are prosecuting you. I found out about this the day it happened. We could not believe, actually, that a judge really did that. We looked into the facts in great depth. That's her picture up on the screen, Hannah Dugan, who is now in custody. You cannot obstruct a criminal case, and really, shame on her.
For a while, it seemed like Pam Bondi was a little bit shy, you know, like she was talking tough and she wasn't really ready to jump out there. But Bondi looks like she's ready to turn up the heat at this point, y'all. So let's get into this story here. The New York Attorney General's office has hired high-powered attorney, is that Abe Lowell, to defend Attorney General Letitia James against fraud accusations being levied against her. So these are personal charges against her, not at all in her official capacity, people, not at all in her official capacity. But nevertheless, the New York Attorney General's office is paying for her defense. Now, how does that work? Is that even legal? Okay, I don't know. The office confirmed it hired Lowell, who has represented high-profile political figures on both sides of the aisle, including Hunter Biden, Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump, former Senator Bob Menendez, and Bill Clinton. It is unclear whether taxpayer dollars are going toward James's defense, as the Attorney General's office stopped answering questions once Fox News Digital began asking about how Lowell would be compensated. So what do y'all think? Okay, if they're not answering any questions, what do you think the answer is likely to be? Lowell will represent James as a private citizen, not part of Winston and Strawn LLP, where he had been a partner. Okay, so it's just him, not as the law firm. A spokesperson for Winston and Strawn said Lowell, quote, left to form his own firm, allowing him to better balance his legal work, teaching, writing, and charitable work, but would not say when Lowell and the firm had parted ways. So y'all, here we have the Attorney General's office in New York, which is representing Letitia James, or is paying for her representation in a private legal or potential legal matter. Make it make sense, people. Now, we all know the U.S. Federal Housing Director William Pulte is requesting the Department of Justice to investigate James and consider prosecuting her for allegedly falsifying bank documents and records in order to garner more favorable loans. So Fox News apparently called Lowell, and he hung up on them when reached by phone, and he sent the letter to DOJ Thursday urging them to reject Pulte's request for prosecution. Now, y'all, to me, I'll be honest, Listen, a criminal referral, one thing it does is it tarnishes Letitia James's name. So just like she has now, in many people's eyes, right? She has tarnished Donald Trump's name. Now they like to call him an adjudicated, R-wordist. I'm not going to use the word because you know how YouTube is, but she's tarnished his name, and now these charges have tarnished her name. So even if things were not to go any further at all, her name has been besmirched, right? But it looks like they're taking these charges very seriously. I mean, they have hired this lawyer, and he's starting to go to work for her. Now, the interesting thing about all this is this, y'all. As I said a little bit earlier, I didn't know if Pam Bondi really had the stones to start going after people, public officials, people who have been elected, people in the judiciary, people who are working for the various governments across the country until yesterday and the day before, when she went after two different judges for what she considers to be inappropriate relationships and assistance to people who were in the country illegally, to criminals, etc.
There's also this other case coming out of New Mexico. Judge Joel Cono and his wife were arrested for harboring a TDA member at their home. The alleged TDA member had been picked up by law enforcement, and now he and his wife were picked up and arrested. And you say that you believe, as the Attorney General, that the person that they were having living at their home was a truly potentially bad individual.
Yeah, that's the judge up on the screen now who got arrested. Yeah, his name is Ortega. He is a known TDA member. So he comes through Eagle Pass December 2023. He's living in our country. January 2025, ICE, they get a tip. Tom Homan's done a great job. Our FBI did a great job on this case too. They get a tip that he is living with a judge and the judge's wife. So they have him arrested first on immigration charges. A Judge Damian Martinez releases him saying that Judge Cono has a good BS meter and wouldn't let just anyone live on his property.
So y'all, I think that the chances that Letitia James might face some real charges just went up dramatically. I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. I do appreciate y'all watching this kind of quick update. Before you do, please stop, hit the share button. Share this video out with somebody over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. I want to thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.